My name is Peter Churchyard, and this is my entry into the 3rd annual Moog Circuit Bending Challenge. On the 78th birthday of Robert Moog, Google put up this doodle, playable mini Moog style synthesizer. So let's play a little bit. What I can do is I can demonstrate what happens when you put this into real 3D mode. I will switch to real 3D mode now. You can see that now I can actually turn the knobs. I can actually turn the unit on, and we can play notes on the keyboard. So that's the beauty of real 3D. A physical entity which you can actually touch. For this challenge I took one of these CD cassette recorder boom boxes and converted it into basically a working version of the Moog Doodle. After a 4-day build process, this is the final incantation before the deadline, which comes in 55 minutes. So I'm really cutting this down to the wire. Basically, I used I laminated the artwork off the Google Doodle by enlarging it, then laminating it. I took a 2-octave MIDI keyboard, which I happen to have lying around, otherwise this is a C to C rather than an F to F. I took the cassette deck mechanism out of the CD boombox. As you can see, the mechanism basically is mounted on a metal plate. So the cassette tape is mounts here. This is a tape head selector. The Google Doodle has 4 channels. Being a stereo tape deck, this only has 2 channels, and this is a channel selector. And I just select which heads you want to select. We have the power on button, not plugged in at the moment. Headphones, the volume control, the speakers from the original boombox have been mounted up here. The CD and main circuit board of the boombox I've mounted here inside the case. The mods to the circuit board are mainly that I've taken the 2 tape channels and made one's playback always mode, the other one record or playback. Well, that basically means what that means is I can record on one track on the tape and play back the other. So I can do 2-channel recording. To control the speed, the tape speed controller chip with tracks were modified, and this wire feeds the voltage generated from this microcontroller through this interface board. The interface board has the MIDI opto-isolator circuitry and 2 relays and a simple voltage pulse width modulation of voltage converter and a power regulator. As you can see, currently only the volume control and one of the other controls is really wired up on the front panel. Basically, time was the killer there. this is my first attempt at the Moog Google Doodle for real cassette recorder, and this is the original microphone mounted on the end of a extension lead, so I can be more useful. And the original loudspeaker on the back of the thing, I'm attempting just to see if I can make it sound better by gluing it into this plastic funnel. So this is my so what I'm going to do here on the front of the unit, back of the unit from your perspective, I have the inputs for the microphone, or I can do a line input, and this is the headphone, the speaker output. On the top of here is a relay control board which has two transistors, a couple of LEDs, and a relay here, and there's a relay underneath tape deck. The tape deck relay is shorting out a diode that's in the series with the motor. When the relay is energized, the diode drops 0.3 volts or so and makes the motor run about half speed. So I can use a diode in series with the motor to drop about an octave and a half, maybe an octave. The tape deck has a variable speed on this control, and the original electronics that were underneath the tape, built into the tape deck, are basically here. There are several modified tracks. Obviously I've extended the wiring. I've had to cut speed control tracks so I can bring them out to the outside world. I've cut wired the headphone, the power supply, motor control, board playback signal, which is on this wire, so I can switch to playback mode as far as electronics is concerned, even though I'm recording. The reason I want to do that sometimes is that the equipment, this machine has automatic volume control on record, and I'm seeing if I can hopefully eventually be able to turn that into a voltage controlled amplifier. So I can provide envelope control is my ultimate goal there. So we'll see how that works, if it's doable in the time limit. The main problem I have obviously is time. I started this Labor Day weekend and it's now September 12th, so I have only 12 days to go, including making the video and finishing up everything else. So basically I have a tape deck, variable speed. I can do various tricks with it. I can record, I can play back at variable speed, I can record at variable speed, and I have this magic cassette tape I just made. And what I'll also be doing is mounting a switcher and an LED there, so when I'm in record mode the LED will light up red, and this switch will replace the switch I use over here to turn the unit on. So what I'm going to do first of all, I have the Google Doodle up and running. So this is the microphone. I have some speakers, and I will point the microphone near the speaker. The automatic volume control does a pretty good job normally. So let's see if I can sample the doodle. So what I need to do here is turn on the tape unit.